Hi fam! In this video, I'm going to walk you through triangle and a few triangle variations. So triangle is Utthita Trikonasana. Triangle pose is good for opening and stretching the hips, the hamstrings, the lower back area. It's also great for relieving tension in the neck and relieving stress. It also helps us strengthen the legs and helps us feel more grounded. So with triangle, we're going to come standing at the top of our mats. We'll step the right foot back, and we want about a one leg length stance here. Let's pivot towards the back of our mat. So now the right foot is square with the short edge of your mat, and the back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. It can be angled in a little bit, bringing the toes in a little bit towards so that they're facing the top left corner of your mat. We're going to reach the arms out beside us, getting really long from fingertip to fingertip. As we inhale, we're going to reach the right hand forward as we send the left hip back. So you see as I reach forward, I send the left hip back. And from here, we exhale and bring the right hand onto the right thigh, the right shin. For some of us, we can bring the right hands further down the shin and maybe eventually peace fingers wrapping around the big toe. But in this posture, it's important that we're keeping the torso stacked over the legs. So I'll show you straight onto the camera here. We want the torso coming straight over the legs. So we're really spinning the left hip open and tucking the right hip under. So we're getting a rotation in the upper body here so that the left rib cage is wrapping open as the right rib cage wraps underneath. And a lot of us might try reaching down further with the hand than we're ready, and this causes us to cave in the upper body and start leaning the body in out towards the left side of the body. But like I said, we want to keep the torso in line with the legs like this. So you might need to bring the right hand higher up on the leg to make that happen. As long as we're getting a nice big stretch in the left side body and the left hip here, you're doing what you need to be doing, even if it doesn't seem like you're coming very far down the leg with the hand. The most important thing here is that we're spinning the left hip open, tucking the right hip under, and opening up the left rib cage towards the ceiling. If it's okay for your head and neck, you can gaze up with the left hand. Otherwise, you can gaze down at the right foot. And again, stopping on the thigh, the shin. Some of us is peace fingers around the big toe. And wherever you are, long, deep breaths here. Really grounding through all four corners of the front foot, maybe even towards the inner side of the foot a little bit more, so that we're really keeping the right quad activated here and slight lift of the left kneecap. Think about activating your glutes in and up, or your inner thighs in and up toward one another in this posture. We're keeping the lower belly sucked in nice and tight here, activating that root lock. To come out of this, we exhale, gaze down, inhale and come up. We'll take this to the other side. Pivot so that your left foot is now square with the short edge of your mat. The right foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat, or maybe the toes can come in just a little bit. Inhale as you reach forward. Kick the right hip back behind you. Exhale the left hand on the left thigh, the shin, or peace fingers around the big toe. Wherever you are, again, think about spinning this right hip open, tucking the left hip under, and opening up the right rib cage towards the ceiling. Gaze can come up with the right hand, or stay gazing down. Again, really grounding through all four corners of the feet, maybe even on the inner edge of the left foot a little bit more, so that we're really engaging in the quad here, lifting the left kneecap, squeezing the inner thighs in and up towards one another. Good. Exhale, gaze down, inhale, and come up. Next, revolved triangle. So this is a variation of triangle. Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle. I'm going to pivot towards the back of your mat again. I'm going to show you square on. And this posture it takes a little bit of balancing here. So in order to build a stronger foundation at first, you might want to step the left foot out towards the left side of your mat as if your feet are on different railroad tracks, okay? And you want your hips square towards the top of your mat. So you're going to pull the right hip back, push the left hip forward. We're going to reach up with the left hands. Exhale as we bring the left hand onto the right thigh, the right shin. You can come onto a block here on the inside of the right foot. You can come onto a block on the inside of the right foot. You can come onto the lower setting or all the way onto the earth. The right hand is on the right hip. As we start to peel the right shoulder away from the earth up towards the ceiling. And if you feel really comfortable here, you can lift the right hand up towards the ceiling, really getting a twist in the upper back. For some of us, we can go even further and bring the left hand onto the right foot or to the outside of the right foot. And in this posture, we want to think about sending the right hip. We're sending the right hip back here so that we can get really long in the right torso, all the way from the right hip to the right armpit. So we're getting nice and long by sending that right hip crease back. Good. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, come on up, and we'll switch to the other side as you pivot the left foot towards the top edge of your mat. Again, check in with your feet, make sure they're not crisscross because you're going to need this balance, this strong foundation for balance here, so you might want to step the right foot out towards the right a little bit, again, as if your feet are on railroad tracks. Left hand comes onto the left hip. We're going to inhale as we reach the right arm up. Exhale as we bring the right hand onto the left thigh, the left shin, onto a block on the inside of the left foot, or on the lower setting of the block, or onto the earth. If you feel really stable here, you're going to start peeling the left shoulder away from the earth and lifting the left hand up towards the ceiling. And now we're thinking about really opening up our torso towards the left side of our body here. And same thing with the original triangle posture. We're trying not to lean the body forward towards the left here or back. So a lot of people will go too far in this posture and start to open up their body towards the right. But again, your torso is in line with your legs. So if you've gone too far in the posture, come out of it. Bring your hand onto your shin, onto your thigh, or on a block here. Good. Think about sending the left hip crease back to get really long in the left torso, all the way from the left hip to the left armpit. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, and come up. Very good. So those are your two triangle variations. I gave you regular, traditional old triangle, Utthita Trikonasana, and revolved triangle, Parivrtta Trikonasana. So if you're doing that and adding those on to my previous videos, again, a few sun salutations, a few sun A's, a few sun B's, do your forward folds and then these triangles, and then you have a pretty good practice at home to start with. Try holding these postures for at least 5 breaths, making your inhales and your exhales nice and smooth. All right, I hope you enjoy. Be well.